Oh, you are rushing too much. Wait for me to learn. If I say CMCi, you say we are the change the world needs. CMCi,
We are the change the world needs.
CMCi,
We are the change the world needs.
we are the change the world needs.
CMCi.
Yes. CMCi is an acronym for Change Makers Club International. Who've been here for our programs before? Okay. Okay. I believe the people that have been here before should be in the SS3. Am I right? Doctors and SS2. So the rest of people that have not been here, is it that you just came in or you are in SX1? Okay. I understand. CMCi.
We are the change the world needs.
Okay. To be time conscious. Time conscious. Fast with the programs for today. So you will look at the program on your hands. We are on item number 2, introduction of personalities. Do you know me? Do any of you know me? Do you want to know me? I will introduce myself. But first and foremost, to start the introductions, I want you with a clapping ovation. With a clapping ovation. Join me as I welcome my brother and friend, Comrade Innocent Afokolele of the year. He's going to be the keynote speaker from today's program.
We are the change the world.
Seriously?
CIS. Academic boosters.
Academic boosters.
CIS.
Okay. With another clapping ovation, join me as I welcome my elder brother, mentor, and senior friend, Ambassador Israel Ewo Mazino Omarikele. He is the team leader of Change Makers Club International.
Yes.
Academic boosters.
Academic boosters.
CIS.
CMCi.
Change the world needs.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, still on our introduction. Still on our introduction, I want to introduce a man that is not a visitor to you, a man that you know, a man who is the brain behind this institution, a man that has sacrificed a lot for Evans International School to be where it is today. Join me as I welcome your own proprietor, Mr. Evans Emmanuel and Kate.
EIS.
We are the change the world needs.
EIS.
Academic boosters.
Academic boosters.
EIS.
CMCi.
We are the change the world needs.
We are the change the world needs.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, still on introduction of personalities. Join me as I also make welcome somebody that's not new to you, somebody who's like visitor, somebody who also sacrificed the Lord for this institution to be where it is today. Your own proprietress, Mrs. Evans Sediq.
Academic Gosa.
EIS.
Academic Gosa.
Shade Maker Club International.
You are the change woman.
Okay. Still our introduction. Join me as I welcome one of our own from Chain Makers Club International, Miss Favor Ejekwe.
EIS.
Academic Gosa.
EIS.
Academic Gosa.
CMCi.
Yeah, the change. Okay. Now join me to welcome myself. Join me to welcome my very self. Standing before you is myself, by myself, Comrade Reverend Christine. Never do. Okay, moving forward. Lastly, we are going to item number 3. You know, in the Bible, Jesus started with prayer and ended with prayer. So I want somebody that is led, somebody that the spirit is telling somebody that he should lead the prayer. If you are that person that your spirit has led to take the opening prayer, let me see your hands. Carry spirit, not need anybody speak for you.
Addition to this, I am the Lamb, omnipotent God, the King of glory, return of the glory unto you. Thank you for the lives of everyone that are present in this program. We say, may your name alone be glorified in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you for your mercy and for your grace that has brought this gathering. We say, may your name alone be glorified in the name of Jesus. Thank you for the life of our operator and his family. Thank you for the life of every senior student who are present here. Thank you for the life of these people you have brought to us. We say, may your name alone be glorified in Jesus' name. So about to start to pray, start with us in the name of Jesus. And everything we're going to be taught, will you give us eternity memory so as for us not to forget them in the name of Jesus. Make us to be the great youths of this nation and other nations worldwide in the name of Jesus. Thank you, blessed Redeemer, for in Jesus' name we pray.
Okay, moving straight to item number 4 on the program. We are going to have a highlight of what we are here to do today. An opening remark to prepare our minds for the lecture that is going to come. So, to handle this segment, join me in the clapping of Dixon as I make welcome Ambassador Israel. A woman's hero,
All right, thank you so much. I believe today has been a great day. You had so many lectures, two of us. Yes. You can remember one subject that he or she learned today. Subject, not topic. Which subject were you taught? All right. Which topic? Oh, you don't even, yeah. Topic, physics. Okay, temp, heat, energy. Okay, which class is that? SS2. So if you are from SS2 here, raise up your hand. Okay, so you had heat, energy, right? So what we are feeling now, which of the energy? Have you not seen that one? All right, so that was on a lighter note. I want to welcome you all to this great event. It's a program that we have been doing. In fact, Evans International School has become a home for us. The CMCi. Let's put our hands together for that. Because whenever I want to start this project, we'll come to this place first. I don't know why, but this is the landing point of this project. The title of this project is CMCi Back to School Mentorship Program. We had about 1 and let's just say 2 months holidays, right? Yes. And since then, some of us, we have not opened our notebooks. Some of you traveled, I mean, for holidays. If you travel for holidays, raise up your hand. Okay, look, 2 persons. So all of you we were around. If you travel for don't worry, I'm not asking a question. If you travel for holiday the last 2 months ago, right? Raise up your hand. Okay, 2 persons. 2 of you. If you know you traveled with your books, when you were going to, where did you go to? Yes. Ugele, yes. Ugele too. Okay, your brothers. Okay. Traveling is an hobby. It is good that during holidays you visit. If you are from Emevo, you have an auntie or uncle at Iyede. You can still go there. He's still traveling. Or you have somebody at Otowe here. He's still traveling. Have you? All right. So our aim is just to bring back your mind for the task ahead of you. This is a new academic session. So we want to bring back your mind so that you will not be left behind. Tell your neighbor, I will not be left behind. I will not be left behind. So that all that the time you have wasted, let me not use that word wasted because all of us, if you know you read your books during the holiday, raise up your hand. You read your books. Sincerity. Yes. Okay, just one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if you know you did not read your book at all, raise up your hand. You see? So many of us, we didn't read our books. So we want to, the primary objective of this program is to foster a positive transformation in students' mindset, promoting a genuine enthusiasm for learning and personal advancement throughout this academic session. To increase your passion. Many of you, first week of reception, you did not come to school. True of us? True. Even now, there are some people that are still at home and have not resumed. So, you that is here, this program is for you to develop that habit. That thing that will, when you get home later today, that thing that will wake you up or to push you to pick up your notes to study. That thing that will make you, when you leave here, You will do your assignment instead of going to social media. You pick up your books, do your assignment, and set your timetable for this academic session. If you want to, that is what I want to teach you. That thing that will prepare you when your mates are taking the last position in your class, but you are taking the first, second, third, is what we want to look at. In all, it's not just a talk and talk thing. You have a program. It's going to be a program that you also will participate. There's a time for questions and answers, both on the lecture you are going to receive and any other issue bothering your mind. We'll have time for it. All work, no play, make who?
Jack is double.
Who is the Jack here? Who is the Jack? Huh? So you are going to say, you are going to put your name instead of Jack. You put your name. You have a name, right?
Yes.
All work and no play, make who? Make
Jack is double.
not Jack. Okay, you are Jack. So we are going to have a session where you are going to display your talents. If it is music, if it is comedy, we are going to have a session where you exercise your what? Your talents. Don't hide it. Don't hide it. You start from now. When they ask us to say the opening prayer, many of us, we can pray, but with the boldness to stand up was not there. So you start it from now. When that time, if you have a song, you come out. If you have a comedy, you know what we call comedy, right? If you have a poem, you want to recite a poem, you recite it. From there, you are growing. So this program is going to be a fun-fair program with lecture. We want to deal with those that are serious. So during the lecture, ensure you write something. It is better you write something at the back of your notes than writing on the sheet of paper. This our brother not sleep this morning. I will never start. Are you hungry? Are you tired? We are not going to spend too much time, okay? But I want to assure you that the moment we are going to spend here will be a great moment for you. So do yourself well. Don't allow the person that is seated by your side to disturb you. We have friends. We have friends. But in the race of life and destiny, friendship is not really the top priority. Everybody gets your own true of us. So please ensure you don't sleep. If you are tired, you can just stand up, go back, and come back. So don't sleep. So that we will not wake you. If you sleep again, we will not wake you. It's when we'll be sharing the grace later. We'll wake you. So let's put our hands together. Thank you so much.
Please put your hands together. That was so. Now you are aware of the reason why we are here. You are aware of the reason why you are here. You are aware the importance of you listening during the lectures. It is called CMCi Back to School Mentorship Program. It is not a mentorship is quite very deep from a usual lecture. So you have to be very attentive. You have to listen and you have to write. Because a word that is jotted down is better than 15 words that are memorized. Because the one you jot down, you can easily go back read, relearn, but the one you memorize may leave you and it will be hard for you to bring it back. So I will move straight to item number 5, the lecture. With a clapping ovation, I want us to welcome the keynote speaker, who is going to be taking us on a very interesting topic. Join me as I welcome my brother and friend, comrade, Innocent Alpha.
Good afternoon, all. ESI, it's like this has to be a culture. The proprietor, sir, with all due respect, first I want to thank you for the privilege for having us here today. The team lead of CMCi, thank you for the privilege of being here today to be an impact to my brothers and sisters here. And before I proceed, I think we have to inculcate the school slogan in their daily activities, because the students I think they are not conversant with it. So in our daily activities, maybe from the assembly to our classes, we should see how we can say it often. Thank you. ESI, academic boosters. Sorry. EIS. EIS. Academic boosters. EIS. The place is kind of dull, though I'm not a dull person. Of the greatest Nigerian students. Great. We do it with all life and with all consciousness, because some of us are in SS2. I believe some of us will write our WAEC in SS2 and others SS3. But all the same, in no distant time, many of us here will be in higher institutions. So it's high time we start having that consciousness in us. If I say of the greatest Nigerian student, I want you to echo great. If I say of the greatest Nigerian student, I say great. The last one, I say great. Of the greatest upon the greatest Nigerian students. Greatest boom, boom. Greatest back. Greatest key. I want to say. Anything I say, you repeat after me. Are we together? Yes. Of the greatest Nigerian students. Greatest boom. Greatest back. Fundamental key. I want to say. I want to teach. I want to learn. That was a line. That was on the lighter notes. Standing in front of us is another person, like your brother and friend, Innocent Ogodie from Owe. Today, my job is very simple. It's very simple. It's to educate us on the need of why we are here. If I would ask, I want us to have an interactive section. I know there's a section for questions and answers. Why are we here as students? Why are we here? Why are we here? As students of Evans International School, why are you here? What is your name?
My name is Georgina. I'm from SS3 class. We are in school to learn, because now this world is a global world and is now civilized. So we need to go to school and achieve a lot of knowledge so that we can face life and what it is. Thank you.
Please, I need a very good. I don't want us to clap like this. Georgina, you answered very right. If I say Atama, sharp. Atama, Atama, Labako, sharp. Please clap for her. Atama, 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 Labako, Labako. All thanks to Georgina. She said very well. We are in a global world. What's the name? Jane. Jane. Okay, sorry about that. John Jane. JJ. Oh wow, that's nice. Who other person has an answer to that? Why are here? I'm a man, oh please, the boys, people should be up and doing well.
Good day, friends. My name is Ajro Benegoro. I'm from SS2. The main reasons we students go to school is this. Our parents want us to be a good leader tomorrow, and we also have a goal that we are pursuing. Without education, we can't get our goal. And every serious student in life must look into education, because most successful men we see in this world are successful through education. So as a child or a little baby, you always grow through learning. Even a little child learns. So there's nothing in this life that doesn't go with education. And that's one of the main reasons.
A round of applause for her. Atama, Atama. Okay. They both say, well, please, a guy should say something before we proceed. A guy should just say something. It will be unfair that we have ladies talking and the boys here. Why are you in school?
Knowledge and skills.
Sorry? What's your name? Okay, name back. So why are you in school today?
Acquire knowledge and skills.
To acquire knowledge and skills. Round of applause for him. It is better you say that thing you have in mind than to keep it and not say it. Any which ways, we are here because we are here. And we are students. Today, my talk is titled School No Be Scam. School no be scam. School no be scam. I will try as much as possible to speak in a language we all will understand. School no be scam. I believe so with the yarn every day. School na scam. School na scam. School na scam. Maybe so. Maybe so. Yes. We are here today to tell you school no be scam. These two speakers spoke very well, very, very, very well, the essence of education. You know, schooling is not, this is a building and you just come here. It's not about the building, it's about education. What is education? What is education? Who can help us? Who have the idea of what education means? You can attend. There is no harm in trying. What is education? Ajiro, right? Okay. Some people will go price today.
Education is the art of learning or acquiring skills or knowledge for your own use in education. For the use and
Please come again, speak, use the mic so everyone can hear.
Education is the art of acquiring knowledge or gathering information and skills for purpose, personal purpose or general purpose.
This clap for her. Education. The key word she said was what? Learning. You want to try? Okay, please give her. She wants to make an attempt.
In addition to what she said, education is also a place where we gather to achieve knowledge. Education is just like people gathering together like an organization where you give me and I also take.
Clap for her. Clap for her. I think I will take the last word she said. Giving and taking. Giving and taking. I take the last word she mentioned, and she used the word learning. Let's write education. You are not writing, please. Everybody should write. I can't be talking and by moving at me. You have to write. Education. Education is the process. Education is the process of receiving or giving systematic. Education is the process of receiving or giving systematic instruction. Education is the process of receiving or giving systematic instruction, especially at a school or a university. Education is the process of receiving or giving systematic instruction. Are we good? Are we good? It's the process of giving and receiving. So what we are doing here now is what? What we are doing here right now is what? What we are doing here right now is what? Education. Education is not necessarily the building structure. It is the process of receiving and giving systematic instruction in either a school or a university. It may be the junior school, it may be the higher institution. Education is not only in the schools or higher institutions. Education takes place in your home. Education takes place in your church. Education takes place. Are we together? What is the importance of education? Why do we need to be educated? Why do we need to be educated? The first 2 points, I think three persons mentioned something. So those three things they mentioned, they should be your 1, 2, 3. If you don't know, ask. What did the first speaker say? And JJ, she said something. No, that is, we are trying to define education at this time. We are not defining education. Why is education important to you as an individual before we talk about the society? JJ said something, Ajiri said something, and what's her name? Ogeneweba. What did JJ say? To acquire knowledge and skills. Okay, and take that. So in school, most times, not necessarily skills, but the knowledge is there. So I will take knowledge, I won't take skills. I won't take skills. Don't forget, I'm not saying skills is not part of education. I don't know if you are together. Hello? Greatest Nigerian students. Greatest go. Are we together? Yes. I'm not taking skills for a reason. I will come back to it. He said knowledge. Education is being educated to acquire knowledge. Put it that way. To acquire knowledge. Actually, he said what? What did he say? Importance of education. Learning. It still goes with acquiring knowledge. It goes together. You want to try? Okay.
The reason why education is important is because the employment market is not meant for illiterate. It's people that have something upstairs. That's why education is very, very necessary and important. Thank you.
They are very sharp. JJ. Please a round of applause for her. What is happening? You see the only one in this place, so we are not together. Are we together? Okay, apart from her and Aji, please. Why are you in school? I'll pick randomly. We've not got into the lecture properly. We are just having a background. Why are you in school? We are all students seated here. Why are you here today? We just resumed a new academic session, a new term. Why are you here? Are you here because your friends are here? Are you here because your parents asked you to go to school? Are you here because you don't want to go to farm? Why are you here at Evans International School? Why are you here? As students, SS1, SS2, SS3, right? Why are you here? Just in case you don't know, in no distant time, like I said earlier, you'll be going to the higher institutions. And at the point you miss any stage here, I don't think there's any lecturer that would come back to this level at the higher institution. No. So whenever you miss it, you've missed it. Why are you here? You. Something else. Why are you here? Yes. What class are you? What's your name? SS3. Why are you here? So you'll be writing why in no distant time. So why are you here?
My name is Aparova. I'm in the information study class. We are here to study for a better tomorrow.
Give to the person you're talking to. Why are you here?
My name is Shokari Rollins. My name is Shokari Rollins. I'm from SS3 class. I here to learn and acquire knowledge to be a better person tomorrow.
Okay, but please, let's be together, okay? Thank you. Now, school will be Sam. And those are our brothers, we don't go far. We don't do Yahoo. We don't do other things. They say school now. My brother and sisters, it's a lie. I can assure you something for free. With the amount of money you have in this life, there are places you will not enter if you are not educated. Do you believe me? Do you agree with me? No matter the amount of money you have in life, if you are not educated, there are places you will not enter with your money. The door will be shut against you. So in other words, education is important for self-building, that is capacity building, to build yourself as an individual. Are we together? Right, though, because I will ask questions. Let's not be I'm talking to myself alone. You are here to acquire knowledge for self capacity building. You are here to learn, to acquire knowledge, to be a good citizen of our society. You are here to learn, to acquire knowledge. We are the leaders of tomorrow. Don't forget that. So you are here to build yourself as the leaders of tomorrow. Self-capacity building or personal capacity building. That is the first. Second, to be good citizens of our society. And the third, to be the leaders of the same society. If you are not educated, there is no way you can be a leader. If you are not educated and you are a leader, it's either you are there to cause chaos or you are there to cause confusion. In life, you cannot give what you don't. You cannot give what you don't. You cannot give what you don't. of the greatest Nigerian students. We are here again, the fourth one, to promote social cohesion. To promote social cohesion. When we talk about social cohesion, it means to foster tolerance, unity, cooperation, and respect for diversity. Today, standing before you is an Owe man here in Emevo community. And I think most of us here are indigenous or indigents of this community. And without education, I haven't heard you of issues when people go to other communities and they fight them. You've heard scenarios like that. That is because those persons are not educated. An educated mind will never do such. An educated mind will never do such. The fifth one is to encourage civic engagement. Why? To encourage civic engagement. To encourage civic engagement. To encourage civic engagement. What am I doing here today? Standing here in front of us, what am I doing? I think we should be very bold. If you want to be bold, of the greatest Nigerian students, what am I doing here? Standing. What am I doing? You need to be educated to be able to perform the civic engagement. This is a civic engagement. It is voluntary. It is voluntary. And at the point where you cannot differentiate, or let's say you cannot speak. I'm very impressed with this lady. From the first time she prayed, I was like, oh wow, so in Isoko somebody can speak good English like this, eh? Honestly speaking, team lead, I was so surprised when she spoke first. You know, today common language is what? Pidgin. And it has eaten so deep in us that most times we will forget how to speak it. But when she spoke, I was so proud that this lady is so smart. And it is what? Education. Education will help you to speak very well. Education will help you to stand in front of anybody, any day, anytime, anywhere, and address no matter the crowd without fear, without rejecting, without shaking, without It is what? Education. Today I'm standing here to address you, to teach us. Tomorrow it will be you. It is civic engagement. It may not even be here in the classroom. It may be elsewhere. It will be in a civic gathering. But someday, somewhere, you will be called to speak to people, to address people. And without education, you will not be able to do that. Let's look at those people that say education is scam. Those of our brothers, you know why I talk now? Are we together? Yes. Are we together? Yes. Greatest go. Greatest go. No. Those of our brothers and sisters who think education is scam, I bet you most of them will not be able to stand where Aroswa is talking, Abiachiri is talking. They will not be able to address even a crowd of 10 persons or 5. Because why? That courage is not there. Education helps to do that. School no be scam. There are many ways it's going to help you. Individually, collectively, and otherwise. And it's high time we take it important. See, I asked a question here and I thought I would see every hand up. I didn't. I asked the question, why are we here? Everybody's hands were supposed to be up because I believe there is a reason why you are here. Just a few persons. It's not a good one. That means you don't even know why you are here. And in this instance, it means some of us, we are being forced We are being pushed to come to school, to go to school. That is why when we went on holidays, we all forgot our books, just a few persons. That is not a sign of a good student. What makes one a good student, please? What makes one a good student? Okay? Thank you. A round of applause for him. Reading makes one a good student. Even as I am today, I'm a graduate, but I keep reading. Reading and learning is continuous. The day you stop learning is the day you die, not physical deaths. The day you stop learning is the day you... The day you stop learning is the day you what? Die. Talking about death, you're not talking about physical death, the death of the body, no. The day you stop learning, intellectually, morally, otherwise, you keep depreciating. You are dead, you are gone. The day you stop learning. So as students, what makes us good students? It's by reading our books. And 80% of all of us here, we are not good students because we didn't read our books because we went on holidays. And now you are back. So how would you? I remember as a great child, my dad would always say, what makes you a good student is what? Reading. And when you come back home, you drop your bag and you enter feed, you cannot walk. My dad would always force me to read ahead of my teachers. During holidays that we just came back from, we read ahead of our teachers. When we come back to class like this, brain the hot, before teacher talk, put on the why? Because we were busy home, we were busy at home during the holidays. We stretch ourselves. As a student, you have to stretch yourself. As a good student, you have to stretch yourself. Not everything we see, not all that glitters are what? Good. You must work for anything you have. As a student, you must work for it. Coming out with good grades, good results, is as a result of the efforts you put in your books during the period of learning before the examinations. Are we together? So as students, we must imbibe that reading culture as good students. You must read ahead of your teacher. You must read, it's a must, you must read ahead of your teacher. Let it be you do not understand. Read, make you no understand. When the teacher is coming to teach, it will just make things easy for you. Of the greatest Nigerian students, greatest bull, greatest bag. Education no be waiting, school no be waiting, school no be waiting, and school no be about the waiting building. Don't always forget that. At the go school, maybe, mommy, you carry your bag, I don't ready at the go school. No, it's more than that. It is very more than that. See, your result will show how far you've done, how well you've done. I'm not talking about results. It may not necessarily be your report card. It may not necessarily be your report card. You may pass somehow on your report card, but your daily life, your activities. And if I give some persons my cannot to talk, we will have problem. True of us. But as senior students, we should be able to address your fellow students. You should be able, without fear or favor, you should be able to do that. Are we communicating? And that is part of education. You agree with me that education is a continuous process. And education is not just by your mathematics textbook, your English textbook, your physics, and the rest. There are other things you have to read. How many of us read newspaper here? Just one or two. How many of us read novels? What I mean novels, good novels, not still few. We must read. We must read. See this topic here, I'm trying to be limited to a scope. Otherwise, it's a very broad talk. It's a very, very broad talk. If you want to talk about education today, we have various types of education. It's a very broad talk. We are just trying to limit it within the school. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Of the greatest Nigerian students, greatest book, greatest back. I haven't said that. I remember growing up as a young student then in school. There's a particular teacher. You see how this like this? I don't know if you forget that one we tend to be wicked. That one that we tend to be harsh and mean always end up to be the God saving factor. You may not understand. I remember growing up as a primary school child. As at primary 4, I don't know how to read. I didn't know how to read then. And I had a teacher who said, "Innocent, before you leave this class, you must know how to read. You must do what? You must know. You must read before you leave this class." Did I know how to read before leaving the class? Oh yes. I knew how to read before I left that same class. But I knew what the woman did to me. It was hell. It was hell, but I didn't see it as punishment, but I saw it as it just had to be for me to go to the next stage. I said something, whatever you miss here, no lecturer in your higher institution will come back to teach you. There's no lecturer will do that. They will tell you if you don't know, you will go back, you will return you back to secondary school. As a student, what do you do? What are the requirements of the student? Please write down. The duties of a student. The duties of a student. What are the duties of a student? Who can give us you? As a student, you are all students. I'm asking us questions because we are students. This is the practical stuff we are doing here. That is why I'm asking us questions. You should be able to talk. Let it be you fail, then you are corrected. But as SS, especially the SS2, SS3 students, we must talk. We cannot be sitting down here every day. No. As a student, your teacher has a responsibility. Your parents has a responsibility, and you as a student has a responsibility. Just as a child has a responsibility to the parents at home, what is your responsibility as a student?
The duty of a student is to read his book.
Clap for him. That's 1. 2.
Know why you are sent to school as a student.
As a student, okay, I would agree. Clap for her. JJ.
In addition to what he said, it's not only just reading. Some people read and cram. Cramming is not really good. You read and understand. Even if you don't understand, as a student, you have the right to ask questions from your teacher. Thank you.
Please clap for her. The duties of a student in school. First, obey your teachers. This is a private school. I remember we are government school products, and you are privileged to be in a school where you are not very much in a class. I schooled in a school where we were over 100 and something students in one class, in one classroom. Over 100 and something students in one classroom. And the school where we school, we didn't have this public address system there. And where other people were making noise, those in back, those people in back now, those people behind, when they started this, my teacher would just, she has done what? She has done her duty, take it or leave it. So even if anybody comes in tomorrow and asks her, "Madam, you didn't," she will point to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she will ask questions and they will pass. but the rest people will do what? She has done her duty. But you, as a student, you do your duty. Those behind, no. So you must obey your teachers first. That's number one. The duty of a student is what? Obey your teachers. 2, maintain discipline in class. Maintain discipline in class. The teacher is teaching, maybe the time he or she just turn back to the whiteboard and is writing, wahala will start behind. The noise we hear, auntie this one, sir that one, just like that man there now. See that man as you are talking, is that discipline? No. This is what we are saying. And all these things affect us. They do affect us. What did I say last? What did I say last? What are the first 2 duties of the student I mentioned? The first 2 duties of the student I mentioned here.
Be your teacher.
Okay, that's the first. The second.
Maintain discipline in class.
Why are you disciplined? Of the greatest Nigerian students, greatest go, greatest baba, fundamental key, fundamental way forward. We must move forward. We are in a society where education is no longer the priority of children. And a society where Yahoo big money, want to make people want to drive Benz, want to Benz. When a society will want to drive Benz sharp, you don't want to go to school. You will tell me that when you go to school, never get work. Maybe so. When you go get work, you go know, or you don't go know. The third, be helpful by clearing their materials after class. The third, the duties of students to help clear materials after class, abide by school rules, to participate in activities of the school, Should I come back? By helping by clearing their materials after class. After that, abide by the rules of the school. And after that, participate in the activities organized in the school. Participating in the activities organized in the school. You're not writing. I'm looking back, I'm talking to you. Are we together? Or I should come back? I should come back?
Yes.
Oh. Ask from whoever is close to you. Who's close to you? What's the last thing you wrote? The last thing you wrote, who's that? Participate in activities organized by the school. Very important one, meeting the academic expectations. Very important. Meeting the academic expectations. Meeting the academic expectations. Nobody is a failure in this life. We all decide or choose to fail. Do you agree with me? Nobody is a failure. Nobody is born to fail. Nobody has a dumb head. Nobody. You only choose or decided to fail. You chose and decided to have a dull brain. But nobody is a failure. It's a matter of choices. The choice you make. Just as some of us are writing and some of us choose not to write. It's all by the choices we have. And like I said, a very important one is what? Meeting the academic expectation. What is the academic expectation? Sorry? No. Academic expectations. Academic expectation means passing your courses as expected. You must pass, man. academic expectation. You must pass. I won't talk about pass. Maybe Pharaoh let my people go. You know that one they call Pharaoh let my people go? Now you have 3/10. I want Pharaoh let my people go now. You're having T. If it's by grading, you're having T. You're having E. Instead of it to have the D and E, have the F so you write it again. Yes. Possibly we are in this state we are, you don't really understand what it means, sha. But in the higher institution, instead of you to have a D and a E, for me, I decided to fail it and come back and write it again. Because that D and E, so you don't add anything, they promote from you. It reduces your academic performance. So it is better you fail it, you come back and write it again and do better in it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
It's as if I'm talking to one set of people. Are we together?
Yes.
If you have a D, what will you do?
Yeah. What class are you?
SS1. Okay. The new students. Welcome. Meeting academic expectations, being punctual and respectful. Being punctual and respectful. I know that some of us that will go to school today. It is on Friday. Okay, I should come this week. So next week. Next week Monday will not go come. There are some of us who are like that. There are some of us who are habitual latecomers. Maybe the first class second we finish before some of us they come to school. There are some of us teaching is going on. We are eating. These are practical things we are talking about. That time you are using to eat, you don't miss one eating maybe say supposed to take one. It's maybe that's the only thing you like to take today and you missed it. School no be scam. School no be scam. Today we are standing here to talk to you not because now you too know or because no, but we know the importance of education in everybody's life. Even those your brothers who they do Yahoo. Okay, let me give you an example. Let me give us an example. I know of a boy who is doing Yahoo, he doesn't have to eat. But a Yahoo boy, he knows Sabiri, so I want their rights. I want their rights. And I just see the chance in school now. Stop. You say anything? You collect format. Okay, format where you collect, where you don't understand, how you go to send them. The one is supposed to send, I dey call, they go send, I don't go. And he says, school is scam. Okay, I know from that person, a Yahoo boy who made money, but under someone, but the fact that he's not educated, he made so much money, but he never knew. He was just giving change, peanuts. But this boy made so much money. He made so much money, to the best of my knowledge. He made so much money, around to millions, good millions. But only the fact that it's a done deal. As a done deal. The one we go to now, collecting money, probably money finish, give her money change. But just 1 million. If somebody has really over something million, and somebody is giving him just $1 million. And you say school and scam. Che? What do I say? You collect format. Then give him a format too, and the format you use. But did he make the money? No. School no be scam. School no be scam. As students, we must do all we can. All we can. We must show the zeal to learn. I know in our time, not real. I know some persons then. They are very ahead of us. They saw it as if I not go school. If I know people that didn't have parents. Okay, in my university days, I remember about 3 to 4 colleagues of mine, they were training themselves to school. Those are the people that saw the need for education, that understands the passion, that has the passion, understand the value of education in our society. Let's look at, if you go further, those people causing menace in our society who are the illiterate, the out. Before you go say Jacob, not scatter everywhere. Are those the kind of people you want to become? Do you want to be a school dropout? No. You must do all you can. I'm saying this, we are in a very, this stage and level we are is the proving stage. This class now, like I always said, I have said, after now, you will go to the higher institution, then you will face the reality of life. Where you are not focused, you are not determined, you don't have to see you fall by the roadside. That is where you are going to meet different gangs, different people of different states, of different ethnicity. You are going to meet the good, the bad, and the ugly. And without a good foundation, for many of us who fall by the roadside, because I have said again, we are being forced. Some of us are being forced to school, some of us are, my miss, they go, make I just go. No, not because we have the passion. If I go ask, especially our SS2 students, and if I ask some of us now, what do you want to be in the future? It will shock us to know that some of us do not know to this stage. Two of us, if I ask us now, some of us do not know where we are heading to in the next 2 years. In the next 2 years, yes. Some of us do not know. And this is the place you should do that. This is the high time you know where you are heading to, the direction you are heading to as students, and as young and sound minds. Because, like the first speaker said, who spoke? You, right? She said we are in a global age. Maybe some of us don't understand what you mean by a global age. We're in a digital age, not just a global age. We're in a digital age. The world is turning. In fact, let me go inform us. In some of our developed countries, they have cut down the human efforts. They have cut down the manpower with robots. That is to say, most of the jobs we are aiming to do in the nearest future, in some of the developed societies, humans, you do not need humans to do them again. Robots, the world has evolved. There are some airports you go to outside the country. People might they talk to you, and robots that came to you, they talk to you. Robots built by human brain, human minds. That is the era we are today. And take it or leave it, the world is, the way it's moving, drastically is moving in a different direction. And we all are students. Okay, how many of us know these AI photos? AI photos, this artificial intelligence photo. Okay, that is the world we are going to. You don't want to come and sit down and edit again. No. Don't come and sit down and edit pictures again. No. The world has evolved. It's a global age. And as students, it's high time you start pursuing. Do research, read books. See this phone carry so forget TikTok, forget Facebook and the rest, Instagram. Do research. Nobody is too small to carry out the research. I believe in course of our discussion, probably some of us might have heard new sentences or new words. How many of us wrote it down to go back to search the meaning of it? No, that is research. As students, we must show the zeal. We must go the extra mile. We must go further. Of the greatest Nigerian students. Right. As I conclude our talk today, I want to encourage us in our educational pursuits. Those of us that are art students, those of us that are science students, wherever you find yourself, whatever passion you have, passion is the key. You must have passion. Being a student without passion, it's more or less, it's not going to work. You must have passion for learning. You must have passion for your books. You must have passion to read. You must have passion to go extra mile. After class today, you go back home. Will you drop your bag as we get home? And tomorrow morning, you pick it up, dust it, and then they go to school? No. That is not a sign of a student. Even if you are from the poor of the poorest homes, I don't think any father or mother will not want his or her child to be educated in this present day. No matter the nature of job you do, no matter anything you will do, you must make a time for your books. You must make a time for your self-development and self-enhancement. Because why? The world is changing. Take it from me today. In no distant time. I have said it too, but in no distant time, that effort, that job you are aiming to look at in the nearest future, it will be to your greatest surprise that at the end of the day, you won't see those jobs anymore. It will only be what you have inside. What you have inside of you is what you will use to sustain and live your life. I'm just ending class for today. Thank you.
Of the greatest Nigerian student. Of the greatest Nigerian student. Another round of applause for this speaker. Now, the keynote speaker has said a whole lot of things, but I just want to add some few things. I noticed when he asked for the definition of education and why we are here in school, many of you were just capitalizing on because the world we have today, you must go to school. The job in the employment circle, you must go to school. To make it in life, you must go to school. To do this, you must go to school. To me, the first essence of education is self-development. The first essence of education is self-development. Now, let me tell you, of all of us that came here today, we are not living the life we are living today. We are not putting our bills today with what we went to school to learn. It is because we understood the essence of education and we developed ourselves before we left school. There is a mistake many of the people in my generation made that I would not like you to make as people. After senior secondary schools, the time you sit at home waiting for admissions, the time you sit at home waiting to go to higher institutions, you can learn a skill. Ambassador Israel today is into printing. He is into designing of all kinds. He did not learn printing and designing in school. I believe, according to him, he learned this during his NYC in camp. That was where he learned how to print and design today. Me, I went to school, I learned business administration management. Today, I'm into laundry, home cleaning, office cleaning, whatsoever cleaning. We clean. I did not go to school to go and learn cleaning. But it was because I had self-development. Today, I am able to manage the business and it is growing on a daily basis. So your first essence, the first major thing you should think about when you hear the word education should be self-development. Now, to the school no be scam. Now, let me tell you, Naira Marley that brought the slogan, school na scam. Naira Marley has 2 BSc degrees. He has 2 master's degrees. The person that says school is a scam went to school, he had the first degree, the second degree, the third degree, the fourth degree, and he's telling you school is a scam.
Not just even any degree, he has a law.
And he's telling you school is a scam. Now, today, for every of your certificates, have you ever asked yourself, A1 with this A1. At the end, you graduate with a distinction. But the back is empty because the back is you. If you go for a job, a good result, you have distinction in all your courses. What can you do for us? The certificate has spoken good of you. But now you have to speak good of yourself. You have to show your capabilities, what you can do, how you will be helpful to the organization, how you can be able to grow this organization, how you can actually make impact. The vision of and the mission of that organization is to grow. And if you are coming in, you must be in line with the organization's growth. That is why the back of your certificates are empty. Because the back is you. So when you think of education, you must think of self-development. You must develop yourself. Don't go to school because you need a job. Don't go to school because your mates are going to school. Don't go to school because your parents want you to go to school. Now let me give you one example before I end this. You know of you know Fars.
That's a bad guy.
You know Fars. Yes. Now Fars did not originally wanted to study law. He is the son of Femi Falani's son. Femi Falani said all his children must be lawyers. Fars had no interest in law, but Fars had to obey his father and his mother in going to school to study law. After spending countless years in higher institutions studying law, went to law school, was called to bar. He came back, returned his certificates, and he got the bar certificate to his father and said, "You said I should study law. This is the certificate. You can use it." He went back to school to study music. Today, in our nation, he is one of the top most celebrated artists. He's one of the most top and most paid musicians we have in this country today. He has used his music to send message to the government. He has used his music for advocacy. He's using his music on a daily basis to build a greater Nigeria. So if you are going to school because your parents want you to go to school, you are wrong. If you are going to school because you want to get employed, you are wrong. If you are going to school because you heard that it is only people that go to school that are successful, you are wrong. If you must go to school, your first interest should be developing yourself. Because in the world after education, when you finish school, they will tell you, "Welcome to the labor market." In the labor market, what you got in school, your distinction does not really matter too much. It is who you are. Have you not seen a company where a person with a merit is a manager, a person with a distinction is a secretary? Develop yourself. It is who you are. That should be the first essence of education. God bless you.
Okay, put your hands together. Put your hands together. You can do more than that. Some of you are not clapping. Hope you are enjoying yourselves. We are welcoming you back to school. That is why we came to tell you all that we are telling you now, or we are teaching you. If you don't want to be left behind, you must uphold education. Add 10 years to your years. How old will you be? Add 10 years. Some of you will be 25. Have you? Yes. Some of you will be 30-something. Say Jesus. Okay. Some of you will be 29, 26. Now, 10 years is what? 2021 or 2030? 2030, where will you be? Ask your neighbor, my neighbor.
My neighbor.
You are not doing it. My neighbor.
My neighbor.
My neighbor.
My neighbor.
10 years from now.
10 years from now.
Where will you be?
Where will you be?
But I'm not hearing well. My neighbor.
My neighbor.
Or my wonderful neighbor.
My wonderful neighbor.
My beautiful neighbor.
My beautiful neighbor.
My handsome neighbor.
My beautiful neighbor.
10 years from now.
10 years from now.
Where will I meet you?
Where will I meet you?
This question to reposition your mind. That if you don't want to be left behind, you must be intentional. Tell your neighbor, you must be intentional.
You must be intentional.
You must be intentional about your studies. Some of you, it's okay, don't say again. Now that one I think is strong. Some of you, you don't come to school if it is raining. If the rain is dropping like the way it did this morning, it was this morning. Some of you will not come to school. You are not intentional. If they give you assignments, you don't do it. You are not intentional. You come to school late. You are not intentional. Teacher is teaching in your class. You are making noise. You are sleeping. You are not intentional. I have 10 years. I don't know where you will be. But don't be left behind. Are you getting me? Don't be left behind. Be among those that when your proprietor sees tomorrow, he will say, yes, that was my student. That was my student. Do it again. Do it again. Now you are going to say, I. You are going to mention your name now. You have a name, right? Like your name is John. No. Jane. Hope you know Jane is not a name. It's a name, Jane?
Yes.
No. Her name is not Jane. Because there could be another person that is named Jane in one place. Except you add that surname. Where's the other Jane? John. John.
John James.
Okay, John Jane. Oyinbo name. Speak again. Now you are going to make sure your name. That you will not put your name. Let's go. Let's stand up. Okay, let's do it down. You put your name now. Hold my hand. Israel Omanudowo. 10 years from now.
10 years from now,
I will be celebrated.
I will be celebrated.
My proprietor will see me and will be proud of me. I will not operate in a local level.
I will not operate in a local level.
I will operate in a digital level.
I will operate in a digital level.
Where I will be so classic.
Where I will be so classic,
intelligent, and many more. Put your hands together for yourself. So please, you should be intentional. Don't be among those that believe that school is calm. If somebody said, if knowledge is so expensive, try ignorance. Try ignorance. Where you will go to a bank, they will say, original copy received by me. Those when they say school and scam, will come carry and go give person, I beg, write am for me. So ensure that as you live here, the assignment I want to give to you is As you live here, go home. Take a cold bath. You know, some people they like hot water well. In the afternoon, hot water. In the night, hot water. In the midnight, hot water. This afternoon, go home. Take a cold bath. Don't be saying, I say when you go use that water, take bath. As in, what a cold water. You know what cold water is now?
Yes.
Not the one you put in fridge, as in normal water you fetch. Room temperature. As you bath finish inside the bedroom, just reason this or say this. Do not call that your name, that your fine name. So say, be intentional about this your life. Are you getting me? I know some people will not say, I know Jane will do it. Jane will do it as well. Jane. And who is Jane? Who again will do it? You see now, that is how life is. Now we came here, we know their names. But some of you, we don't know your name. Why? I know some people will say, it is show body. It is better you show body now. A time will come, they will give you microphone to talk. If not in the school, somewhere. Are you going to disgrace your father that sent you to Evans International School? No. Are you going to disgrace your generation?
No.
That they are doing PTA meeting. They are doing this school is organizing PTA meeting. Your parents are there. Everybody. They are proud that you are coming to this school. You will not say, what's your name, bros? No, so I will know your name now. Jackson. And your father is there. Take the opening prayer. This one they will not say as you are led though. Jackson, take the opening prayer. And your father will say, my son is very intelligent. Very intelligent. Very intelligent. Jackson. Maybe that time Jackson, not this one no. That Jackson will not do anything. How will your father feel? How will your father feel? So if you don't want your parents not to regret of sending you to school 10 years time, you must be intentional. Are you getting it? Yeah. You must be intentional. Follow the due process. As you come to school, study your books. He gave you the rules of the students. Follow all of them so that when you graduate, any serious student, the father will borrow money, go train them. Just pass it. So every student, if na tomato your mother dey sell, when I was in school, there was a woman that was selling tomato to train his son in his university. It's just that the reason why some of you believe that even your father sef not get money. Who told you? Some of you will believe not get money, we not get money. Who told you? So see yourself. I know if you want to tell me that 10 years from now you will be in this school and you are in SS2 or SS1, we will bring you here, flog you. Because 10 years you cannot be here. Do I have anybody that want to be here 10 years from now? So I will give her money. Nobody agree? So you should be by 10 years, if you are in SS3, if you are serious, by 10 years to be out of university. No matter the cost, 10 years. You should be out of the university. So please, as you summarize, you want to go to other things. The word I want you to take from me is this: your life, be intentional. Now, only those that are intentional, opportunity they open for. If you live your life anyhow, opportunities will not open for you. Are you getting me? So put your hands together for yourself. Put your hands together. All right, thank you.
Very quickly, I'm going to take only 10 questions. 10 questions. I want everyone has asked me a question. I want to write it down. Okay, number one, number two. Who else? I need to take question. Number three. Okay.
If you have questions, you can ask it. Based on what you plant, don't be that question.
Okay. Five. You've had three already. Who's number four? Who's number four? Number four. Who's number five? Who's number five? Number five. Number five. What other question?
Don't ask us, we'll ask you. Then I will ask you.
Okay. 4 questions. Number one.
Whatever is
Sorry,
good.
if you want to ask a question, but just your name for your question. Your name, your class for your question.
My name is John Jean and I'm in SS3 class. You know, they say whatever is good is not completely good, and whatever is bad is not completely bad. Everything has its merit and demerit. You know, like they said, education is the best, it's better, it's good, or whatever they may call it. Yes, I know education is nice, it's the first thing. But I want to know the disadvantages, like the disadvantages of education. I want to know what is good, also have the bad part. Education has given some people bad impact, bad knowledge. I want to know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Number two. Number two.
Okay. Number two. So you have to judge that. Number two.
Because
Okay, you have another one. Okay, you have
because most graduates now they are unemployed. Most people believe school is scam. Me, I don't believe it though. But there are some people they have wrong ideology of life, and they said school is scam because most graduates now in our economy, in Nigeria especially, in our society, they are not having any work they are doing. They are just having their graduate at home. So I think I'll just join the majority and say school is scam because knowledge also has bad side. Please, someone should speak up and answer. Thank you.
My name is Daniel Osameh. Here's my question. If you are doing Yahoo and your parents do not have money, can you be using that Yahoo to be going to put yourself in school?
Okay, very good. Should I use the contact format that time? Who's number three?
My name is Ashra Benedict from SS. My question goes like this. Most parents in this generation, though most, they don't see education as anything to their kids and their children. All their mindset is anyhow you want to go to school, go to school. So I have to ask the question. You as a child in that category, what will you
Okay. I think we should. The question is yes, the parents today, many of the parents today are not seeing education as something very important. So they leave many of the kids to get education in any way they wish to get it. So if you are in that category, what will you do?
Then that's why, to me, that's why this bad gang of this Yahoo is increasing. We find most parents gathering money to buy their children phones to do this stuff. But mainly education, you see most of their children that are going to school being the last to pay the school fees. Why is the society turning that?
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
it's
sorry,
a question.
sorry. I want us to answer this first thing before taking the other two. No, for ease. Okay, for just one. Okay, I wanted for ease of. Okay.
Sorry? Use the mic. Use the
From
mic.
SS3. If saying in most countries they are not using robots in their company, what's the sense of going to school?
Okay, before the speaker will come on board to give answers to your question, I think I just want to throw light. Firstly, you had a very nice question. You want to ask your question again?
Like I feel like to answer this guy question.
Wait, don't
No,
worry.
don't worry. You answer, eh?
Okay, just hold on.
During the
Now,
question.
now, first of all, to your question, what are the demerits, the disadvantage of education? Because today you see so many graduates on the street without employment and they went to school. Now, I believe there was something I said earlier. Yeah, I said one of the mistakes some people in my generation and generation before me made was going to school to acquire education, and the period when you sit at home waiting for admission and all of that, they fail to learn a skill. Now, to me, if you ask me, I'll tell you, I don't see a demerit of education. I only see people who took education as the only means to success, and they feel that's why I said your basic interest in gaining education should be self-development. I gave an example of myself. I gave an example of him. I went to school. What I'm doing today, the business I'm doing today, is not what I went to school to study. But today, if you are counting jobless people on the street, you will not count me. I'm not begging people to foot my bills. I'm not in the street looking for Chosa, Choma, Choga, place for Shema before I can do the things I want to do. This is the essence of education. If you take it as self-development, you don't, like I said, don't go to school because you need a job. Go to school because you need to develop yourself. I don't know. Many other people give you an answer, but I don't have it ready for now. Then, Yahoo, you asked the question that what if you have parents who are not financially stable and you decide to do Yahoo to train yourself to school? Now, let me tell you this. One of the major reasons why our value system in this society is decaying is because as young people, we have fixed our mind that the only true way to success is illegality. And it is not true. There are people who went to school, their parents were not financially stable. They were not together in the higher institution, they still graduated. There are people who went to higher institution without financially stable parents. They did dry cleaning, they wash clothes. It is a lucrative business today in the campus. They train themselves to school, they still graduated. There are people who did other media jobs. You know why? Because first, they took education as a priority. If you take education as a priority, you must not involve in illegality just because you are from a less financial stable background to make it in taking your studies serious. Anything that is illegal before the eyes of the law, before the eyes of God, an illegal thing is completely bad. Scamming people to gain a living is not a job. No matter how much you make with it, no matter how rich you get with it, the question you ask yourself, just like you will ask, in 10 years' time, where will you be?
Sharp.
Now, to answer the third question, the question was, okay, parents no longer taking education serious. And because of this, many young people have decided to go extra miles to get themselves trained to school. What will you do if you are in that category? Now, let me tell you this. In this 21st century, I know and I believe there are many parents today who, because of young people who they see on the streets, who are extremely successful, according to them, they are extremely successful, according to them. They believe that do wetin your mates dey do. But not be everything wey your mates do, you dey do. Your mates too don die now. If na say make you do anything wey your mates dey do, follow dem die. Your mates dey push you barrel too. Do everything wey your mates dey do, abi? Go push you barrel. Shey some of your mates dey market dey sell. Some dey beg too, abi? No beg now, no be everything. There's make you do wetin your mates dey do. Now let me tell you, there is no excuse to doing an illegal business. The only reason you feel an illegal business is the only way to success is because you have failed to develop yourself and prepare yourself for what comes after you. Now, those illegal businesses are just like a mirage. Do you understand what I mean by mirage? Who understands what a mirage is? If you are going to Uganda now, if you are going to Uganda now, from a distance, you'll be seeing the front as if there is water. As if there is water. But when you get close, you discover that there is no water. That is what a mirage is. Illegal business is just a mirage. You feel successful, but you are not successful. The poorest thing you can have as a man is just to have money. The poorest thing you can do, the poorest thing you can have is just to have money. I still tell people that the gift of men is more than $1,000. So there's no excuse to illegal business. The poorest thing you can have in this society is to have money. And when you have money, you buy things, you build a house. The next thing, you rush go marry, you born pikin. 5 years time, money finish, marriage. Pikin, you not teach go school. It even gets you to bring him on nuisance to the society. And we're already complaining about a decaying society. Instead of you to, at your own end, add value, you are bringing more nuisance. In fact, you are adding more to a decaying society. So the first thing that should come to your mind is building a safe society. And I must tell you today that a safe society is possible if only me and you can make up our minds. God bless you. Then, for your last question, what was that question? Okay, you said, okay, now that,
Anti-robots. Now, without education, would you be able to build a robot? Without physics, without science, without physics, without chemistry, will you be able to build robots? No. Education is still needful. There are other things that are yet to be developed. Are you aware that people go to space? Are you aware there is a hotel in space? You are aware there is a hotel in space. Someone thought about it. Someone used his brain. Someone sat, thought about it, and used his brain. How is it possible that we are going to have a hotel in space? Someone thought, how do we go to space from Earth? How many planets do we have? What space? So what's space? You that ask, what's the space? The space. How many talents do we have? 9. We have space outside talent you know today. How can you go to that talent? It takes the knowledge. It takes people's own knowledge, someone's knowledge to build that. Today you fly on a plane, it took someone's knowledge, idea. Instead of traveling by road, we can just fly from Abuja to Lagos. It's 45 minutes by air. From Abuja to Delta State, it's 45 minutes by air. But from Delta State to Abuja by road is the whole day's journey. 12 hours. You understand? So talking about, if you see, because I know your question, you said if we not have robots in doing some of these things, what then is the essence of what education? That was your question, right? Yes. Education brought about those stuffs. Education brought about your lights. Education brought about your whiteboard. Education brought about this public address system here. I don't know if you understand. So if you are saying robots, we are using robots. Mind you, it's not everything the robots will still do. The robots cannot think like human. The robot does not have the human mind. I don't know if you are together. It is the human that constructed that in the way and manner it is and operates. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. Let me just do something. I want to appreciate all of you, starting from the team lead. He's a good friend. In fact, he's a wonderful friend and has impacted a lot of young people. I know there is no time he doesn't come to this school to impact my students. That privilege is given to us is what I will not take for granted. I appreciate you for that, and I know God will bless you. Then, Innocent, your lecture was wonderful. In fact, I appreciate that. I saw that you want to go to the council from the social media, and I pray God will take you there. We want people like you to be in such position. Although there will be forces, community leaders, the way they normally run it might come, but don't be discouraged. And my brother too, Reva, they are all wonderful people. In fact, everything you have told them or you have lectured, there is none I have not told them before, or we have not been telling them. I'm happy that you came and you make it known to them. So reaffirm it to them so that it won't be we are just saying it. You understand? In each occasion where I talk like this, I make mention of all these things before, you were not there. Now you come in to say them again. The one that are wise, we know that the things that these people are saying, there is something, and they will take it and it will change their life. The system is decaying. I have a school. I'm seeing everything that is happening. But my dream, if I can change just 25%, I'm okay. I know I can't change everybody, but just 25%. I told them it's better I have 10 students. Then 10 students will be someone tomorrow than to have 20 students. Than to have 100 students and all of them will end up to be nuisance in the society. I always make mention of that. You're supposed to see people more than this. You remember today is Friday. Vast majority of people don't come to school. And the team will make mention of it. And the worst part of it, there was rain this morning. And any day there is rain, they don't come. And that is what I really hit on in the assembly this morning about the issue of rain, the disadvantage, intentional, that intentional he was saying, I really talk about it. I said the secrets of all these things are for intentional people. Take for instance the day that rain fall. I use some lecturers to show example. The day that rain fall, that they know that a whole lot of people will not come to class, that is the day they will come and write a simple test on the board. So that the few ones that are intentional, that will tell themselves whether there is rain or not, I will be in class, those will be only people that will pass. I make mention of it this morning, and God put it in his mind to he make mention of it. In fact, everything Innocent was teaching, I don't know if I have not touched anything. All of you are my witness. It's as if everything I used to talk, that is what you have come to remind them again. I'm very happy, and I learned a lot from your class today. Personally, I learned a lot. Education is not scam, and there is no disadvantage in education. So that person that asked that question, there is no disadvantage. And to you that ask, since there are robots, why do we go to school? Is it not somebody, and through education the robot was made? And it's somebody that is operating the robot. So that is even the reason why you must go to school and develop yourself and think above this level so that you can. I graduated, I went to school. I did not read the education. But today I'm having a school. I read industrial chemistry. You understand? I tell you, before I graduated from school, I have written over 20 proposals of company that I can invest on. But there was no money to start it. So it's not an excuse. I just want to tell you, it's not an excuse that your parents are poor. Then you did not inherit anything. So they did not give you money to start up. So you can just sit down and fold your hands. No. As I was graduating, I discovered that, okay, all these plenty proposals I have, I will not be able, I don't have 20 million, 10 million to start this one. I have to start to think of one that I can start with little money. The school you are seeing today, we started it with just 4,000 naira. And today, the least school fees we are paying is more than 4,000. Today, the least teacher we are paying in the school is 20,000. What we started 4,000 some 16 years ago in my final year. You understand? I know when I come out, a lot of people are graduating every day. What of if government did not give me job? What will I do? Should I just get out? I think of something. That is where the idea of this school came from. And we started it. I told you there are a whole lot of challenges. I applied for jobs severally. I did not fail. And I've told you I have not failed in my life. I cannot fail. I applied for several interviews. I passed. I was not given job. I forgot about interview. We started the school. There are challenges. We must have centers. We must approve the schools. We must have centers. All because of that one, I ran into a lot of debts. I was a debtor. In fact, you have seen me, some of our older students, at times the bank people I borrow money from will be coming from here. I will jump window and run away because no money to pay. Some people can attest to that. I called one of my brother one day. I told him that, he be like, I said, Dad, one give me. I have to, you must come to help me. He said, I don't have anything to help you. But there is a course I want you to go and read. I will help you out. I said, okay, I'm ready to go. It's keys. I said, I will help you. The skills cost me, as at that time, 600 to 700,000. He said he will give me the money to do the course. Today, he said, guy, wait till tomorrow. Next tomorrow, wait till next tomorrow. Next tomorrow, wait. Only me took challenge. look for money somewhere, go and get the skills done. I got the skills done. It helped me with the skills to look for a job. I can tell you, in less than 1 year, all the debts I was paying, I was owing, I paid them through the job I saw. You understand? Today you can see work happening in the school every day. I don't care. At times I get into my own account, I pay teachers ahead of time. I don't care because of the skills. My brother, my daily salary is more than people's monthly salary. I'm not joking. I can give you my invoice. I fly plane every month. I fly plane 4 times. Going to job, I'll fly from Warri or from Port Harcourt to Lagos, going and coming twice. I will from Lagos to fly because of the skill that I learned. But I won't up now. To be paying me 500,000 a month, I will not take it. I will bullshit you. How much is that? I know how much I collect my daily rate. Now, the issue of robot came in. I learned a course they call it's a rope access technician. We have different. I learned the work 2018. 2018 December. From 2018 to now is 5 years. I have risen from level 1 to level 3 as a supervisor, the peak of the job, in just 5 years. Because I know people that will rate the course together. Some are still in level 1, some are still in level 2, and in level 3. I'm their supervisor. Because why? I went to school. Isn't it? Because what? Why? I went to school. I'm a graduate. And I use my head. I'm not just it. So education is not a scam. It is the education that I added to that one to make my own different. All of them are now under me. They call me their boss. Even some people that have entered the trade many years before I came, a lot of them are still under me. And if they want to call people for job, they will look at this person. No. And is this person client? Client will say, is this person I want? Because of what education. They will bring, now we know the issue of robot is coming. That is why you need to develop yourself. What the robot will do, if you know robot is coming, why can't you go and learn about the robot? So that if that is what they want to use, you will be there. You understand? It's somebody that is operating the robot. It's somebody that is working on the robot. So you have no excuse that my parents could not give me money. That is why I want to go into Yahoo. God knows how many times I discourage people about Yahoo. Parents are not helping matters. Some parents will buy phone for their children and tell them people children they do. My own go do. They forgot the disadvantage that is accrued to it. They forgot how many people have run mad because of this. I told them on Tuesday, we now create male and female forum here. On Tuesday, I was with all the senior boys. I was telling them these things. Among all the 10, if 10 persons go ask to do Yahoo, the ones that will succeed out of that 10 will not be more than 2. And out of that 2, some must have run mad, or some must have fallen into a particular difficulties that they cannot come out good. Now ask yourself, which part will your own be? Is it among the ones that run mad? You cannot say. So please follow your education. It's not a scam. So, students, I want to invite you to listen to all these things we are telling you and carve a lifestyle out of it. And God bless us. Thank you.
The rest of
Round of applause for the title. Happy and joking. Now, very quickly, because time is not on our side, we want to be as quick as possible. So, we are going straight to item number 7. We would have wanted more in item number 7, but because of time, we are taking just 2. So, if you know you have a poem, a comedy, music, or poetry, any presentation you can use to create John J. back. John J. You go with the prize. Number 2, ask your okay. The 2 of you go with the prize. Okay, so what are you doing for us? Music. The music. You have the floor.
Let's end the time.
And for first, you go say the music.
Thank you.
Yes, come to do.